All right, time for the Mix 106 movie review with Mix 106 movie critic Willie Waffle. He sees all the movies, so you don't have to. We're going to find out this week. Maybe you do want to see both of these movies that are out. We've got one for the entire family, Big Hero 6, and also what might be possibly a blockbuster of the year for you this year. Mathew McConnehey stars in Interstellar.
You know, if Mathew McConaughey is driving the spaceship, it's going to be a nice, smooth ride, just like you're in the back of his Lincoln.
All right, all right, all right.
Oh, yeah, and here's the funny part. In Interstellar, when he drives the truck, he drives it just like he does in the commercials.
Seriously?
He's kind of leaned back a little bit. He's got one hand on the wheel. He's looking out into space very reflectively. That's just his move. That's the way he drives.
He doesn't talk to himself, does he?
Well, not really.
Okay.
But he should, because that would complete it.
So is this our blockbuster, second or third blockbuster of the year?
Oh, I think you're going to have two of them this weekend. You know, right now you're talking about both movies possibly crossing the $50 million mark for the weekend.
Oh, wow, on the same week.
Dang.
Yeah, that's massive, man, massive.
And so is Interstellar, is it the same as Gravity? Because that's what I'm kind of getting from the previews.
No, I think you're talking about two different movies. I think, Gravity is first of all, Gravity's a lot shorter. Interstellar is almost 3 hours long.
Okay.
But you don't feel the 3 hours because I think you're just talking about some brilliant filmmaking here. You've got two different stories going on, if you will. On the one hand, you've got Mathew McConaughey, this guy who used to be kind of an astronaut, used to be a pilot, who went off into farming because the world is coming to an end, and that's what everybody's doing. Except there's a secret mission to space. There's a secret mission to go out there, find a new place for us to inhabit, find a new place to save humanity. And Mathew McConaughey is the only guy who can drive the ship. And we have to wonder, will he get back to save his young daughter?
What about Anne Hathaway? How big is her role?
It's a decent-sized role. She's on the mission. She's one of the astronauts who's going out there. And I think, the thing with the movie is you have to be willing to kind of embrace the cosmic. You have to be willing to kind of just open up your mind and go, okay, anything can happen. It's kind of a sci-fi movie in that respect. But I think, grounding it at all times is that human story, is that story about Mathew McConaughey loving his family, trying to do everything he can to get back to them, realizing that if he saves humanity, that's great, but he still wants to save his daughter, and that's more important. And I think that's what really drives the movie. It's Mathew McConaughey, giving spirit to this movie, giving humanity to this movie, and truly, you're just taking advantage of this amazing landscape that's been provided by Christopher Nolan, who's the director and the writer.
So is this like just an outer space movie, or is there more to it?
There's more to it. There's a lot to it.
Am I going to get dizzy if I go see it at the IMAX?
Oh, man, if you go see it at the IMAX, you're going to be in love.
All right. Well, I just don't want to get motion sick.
Well, that could happen because it's pretty well done.
Is it 3D also?
No, not in 3D. That's one of the big deals. Christopher Nolan never does 3D. He wouldn't do 3D with any of the Dark Knight movies. He won't do 3D here. Matter of fact, he doesn't even do a lot of computer-generated graphics. Like, everything for him is live. Like, they'll build sets. They will come up with ways to do it so that it looks real. And I think that's the amazing part about the movie, too.
Okay.
So what do you give it?
I'm going to say 4 waffles.
I knew it. I could feel that coming. All right, now, what's the next one? Big Bike 6?
Big Hero 6.
Oh.
Yes, Big Hero 6. You can tell Kate does not have children.
I've never seen a preview.
She claims she's never seen a preview, and the commercials are on like 24 hours a day.
Like every 5 minutes you're seeing commercials for this.
I have not ever even heard of this.
Well, but how could you not hear about the lovable, cuddly Baymax?
Is he like a gremlin?
No, he's a big blow-up
He's
type
a big
thing.
inflatable robot.
I've seen this.
I thought so.
Okay, never mind. All right, what about it?
Oh, come on! It's better than all. What about it? It's a good movie. Listen, it's very predictable. It's got some worn-out plots. You got this young kid. He's kind of a teen whiz kid whose older brother suffers a great, great tragedy, and so the young teen decides to team up with a whole bunch of other whiz kids to find out the truth and get revenge on the guy who did it. And their secret weapon is the big, lovable, cuddly, inflatable Baymax.
Is this
just adorable?
Is this, and I like to ask this of all the movies like this because I know it's a kid movie, but is this a movie that parents can take their kids to and get as much or more out of than their kids?
I think so. So I mean, it's not going to be the greatest written movie. Okay, it's not a sly movie. It's not a snarky, smart movie. It really is more about kind of the relationship between this big inflatable robot and his new owner, the kid hero, the teen whiz kid, and Baymax kind of being full of all this innocence and relying a little bit too much on the literal meaning of everything, but being so adorable looking and so adorable acting that you're feeling emotions that a robot could never express. And I think that's what's going to win you over. That's going to make you want to have a big old stuffed Baymax toy for the holidays.
Here's the thing.
Yep.
How many big old Baymaxes are we going to see blown up in people's front yards at Christmas time?
Oh, my Lord.
I knew it already.
You could see a lot.
Yeah, I figured.
So what do you give it?
I'm going to say 3 waffles out of 4.
Wow, 7 waffles. There have been months where we didn't have 7 whole waffles in the entire month, and we have one in this weekend alone.
It's the good time of the year. This is the time of the year where all the studios go, hey, if we get an Oscar nomination, that means we'll make more money. So put all the good movies out late.
All right, with a little over a month and a half left in the year to get people for Oscar movies and their releases out, do you have 1 or 2 movies that you personally are looking forward to seeing?
I am personally looking forward to seeing American Sniper with Bradley Cooper, which I think could be really awesome, directed by Clint Eastwood.
Well, I guess I know what you're doing on Christmas Day.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to, well, it's going to have a very limited release on Christmas Day. It's going to be more of a release in January. I'm looking forward to Foxcatcher with Steve Carell and Channing Tatum, which I think could be really awesome.
That one does look good.
Or it could be really bad. That one just looks, I don't know. I know it's a true story, but...
Well, the other one I'm looking forward to, and this is another one, it's going to kind of open up on Christmas Day in a very limited release, but it's going to go nationwide in January. This Mark Wahlberg movie, The Gambler, just looks really cool.
It looks awesome.
All right, what do we have next week?
Well, next week we have the Oscar nominee Dumb and Dumber 2.
I noticed you didn't say you were looking forward to that one.
Well, maybe it'll be funny.
Yeah, you sound really convincing.
Yeah, your voice
maybe
just cracked like you were a 14-year-old boy.
All right, maybe we'll talk to you next week.
Okay.
Thanks, Willie Waffle.
All right, see you guys later.